in a moment. After being held for 2 days, the ousted interim president of Burkina Faso is released by the head of the military. Then we have the latest from Accra concerning the suspension of the Ghana judges with Elton Broby of Joy News Accra. And later on in our Friday special of Network Africa, we look at the best ways for entrepreneurs to recognize the abilities of their staff. Hello there and welcome. This is Network Africa on Channels Television with me, Cynthia Are. After what must have seemed like 2 long days of being held captive, Burkina Faso's military has released the country's interim president after he was detained during a coup that dissolved his government. The junta has released a statement confirming that Michel Kafando was freed from military custody. The move comes after international condemnation and demands for his release. Kafando, a former UN ambassador, had been chosen as an interim civilian leader after longtime President Blaise Compaoré was ousted in a popular uprising last October. His government had organized national elections for October the 11th, but members of the military loyal to Compaoré took power and arrested Kafando on Wednesday. The interim prime minister has not been freed and remains under house arrest. Well, as at the last time we checked, investigative journalist Anas Aremeyo Anas is heading to the Supreme Court today to meet the embattled judges he has accused of taking bribes to influence their judgments. Anas, in a 2-year undercover exercise, exposed 34 judges, 22 of whom were junior and 12 senior, who were allegedly negotiating with agents including court clerks and police prosecutors to free suspects in robbery and murder cases. Anas and his Tiger Eye Pie team will appear before the 5-member body at the Supreme Court, presiding over an impeachment petition he brought against the 34 judges in Ghana. Well, for more on this case, we go live to Accra, where Elton Broby of Joy News is standing by. Elton, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. So
did it finally happen today? Were the judges cross-examined?
No, because for Anas, there's a mountain of legal suits against him and his Tiger Eye production. Even though he was in court today, ready for the cross-examination, the cross-examination could not come on because the investigative committee put together by the Chief Justice was served with an injunction secured by one of the judges implicated in the expose. And this Judge Derry has secured an injunction against the Chief Justice, the committee investigating this particular matter, 2 other media houses, the Ghana National Conference Center, Accra International Conference Center, that has been booked by Anas to premiere this video next week. And this injunction was served on the Chief Justice and the committee. So even though Anas was in court, the injunction made it impossible for the committee to sit and to allow for the cross-examination to take place. So let me say that this is just one of many legal actions taken against Tiger Eye and Anas for the continuation of this hearing into the allegation of bribery taken by some of these judges. Now, as to whether the premiering will come, that's also another matter that can be decided within days, because there's also a court injunction seeking the court to stop the premiering, because according to the judges, the fact that they are facing impeachment proceedings doesn't make it legal for any materials gotten out of this investigation to show to the public unless the final determination of the case.
Elton, by now, the judicial system must realize that this is being monitored closely. It is being called the judicial scandal of the decade in Ghana. So with all these postponements, we're starting to get the vibe that it's not being taken as seriously as the case is being portrayed.
Well, on Monday, the committee made it clear that it was going ahead with the hearing. But now, because of the injunction and the fact that this is coming from a court of competent jurisdiction, they have no option than to discontinue the case until the final determination of the injunction process. Everybody, I mean, there's a lot of media commentary on whether or not Anas can show the video. Now, what is clear is that he cannot do so until the deal with the injunction placed on Anas, his Tiger Eye team, even the venue that has been booked to show this particular movie. There have been concerns, or there's been calls for the footage to be distributed so that people can show it on their own. That's just another matter being considered. But as far as Ghana is concerned, everybody's eyes and attention is on this particular case. But you know that this is a matter involving judges of the Superior Court. And they are in court to challenge the process. They are saying that it's illegal. If you look at the constitutional provision dealing with this particular matter, the Chief Judge can only appoint a judge to supervise this particular hearing. At this time, we have 5-member committee chaired by the Supreme Court that just think that the Chief Justice have violated the constitutional provision on this particular matter involving Superior Court judges. So until the final determination of this case by a High Court, nothing, absolutely nothing can happen on this particular case.
Well, Elton, we'll definitely be in touch with you. Thank you so much for giving us the latest on this case. We're very grateful.
You're welcome.
Joy News' Elton Brobby reporting from Accra. Still to come on Network Africa. It's our special segment on the program, and we look at the best ways for entrepreneurs to recognize the abilities of their staff.